How you guys doing? Thanks for joining me. We're going to cover a few things. I hope I'm not offending anybody, but we're going to have to lay some things out here that are right in your face. The truth is hiding in plain sight, people. You can't see it. You've been worshiping Satan your entire life. 100%. It's that you're trapped in sign, not sin. The sine wave, the Jesus fish. You see your Jesus fish right there? And you've been squared. They've been hitting you with a square wave and you're trapped. And you've been squared. When you graduate school, what do you put over your head? A cube. You've been squared. That's the top of the cube. When you unfold a cube, you have your cross, your Jesus cross. You know, your bottom, your four sides, it makes a plus sign, and then the top piece. That's the one you put on your head when you graduate from school. It's called squaring your circle. You've been people, you've been hexed and you can't see it. The hexagram. Everybody knows. Picture, I don't know, a voodoo lady putting a hex on you or something like that. You know that's bad news. You wouldn't want something like that happening to you, but that's what's happened to you. And your God did it. Take a look.
At this point, God is halfway to creating space. In order to complete this process, it must define some boundaries, because as I mentioned before, the void is infinite, and if no boundaries are defined, then relative movements of spirits remain impossible. To define some boundaries, all God needs to do is connect the end of every point to the end of every other point. The beauty of this, and indeed the entire process itself, is that God cannot make a mistake. It is simply impossible. Once all the ends are connected, what we have is an octahedron, which if viewed from the correct perspective, reveals a hexagram.
There you go. God placed you inside of a hexagram. You are hexed. And you can move around the hologram, and you are getting your energy drawn out of you, and this is how it works, people. You take your energy from the one true sun above your head and plant an animal. Okay? It could be vampirism, it could be sun gazing. However you get your energy, you're going to get it through the sun. And then you feed it directly to the black hole sun. You're doing it right now. It's represented by the cube, the ring, and the eye. It's symbols that are the language of the universe and the conduit that your energy is flowing through. And it's where attention goes, energy flows. Symbols of the language of the universe. And the conduit that your biofield energy is flowing straight through, okay, to the black hole sun. It's all day long. It doesn't matter if you're on this cube or you're on that cube or your kids are playing with the Minecraft cubes. It doesn't matter if you're eating your Jack Links, if you're wearing your Nike, you're all day long, your food, it's everything. If you're Muslim, you go around that cube in Mecca. If you're Jewish, you put the Teflon on your arm and forehead with your cubes. If you're Catholic, you worship little Zeus, which is Saturn, is what they called Jesus. Jesus is little Zeus, what they called Saturn in a previous age. Everybody worships Saturn. You're only kidding yourself, people. It's the one true sun is the sun above your head. Very simple. Now, you're caught in sine. Like the Jesus fish, this is the sine wave. You've been squared. So you've been squared. They're hitting you with harmonics, and you're trapped in here. And now your kundalini, you're trapped, imprisoned in your carbon 666 flesh pack. You're made up of cells, 50 trillion cells. Those are prison cells. And you're trapped by your kundalini. You're a star at your heart. And now your star is forced to take a shit, get horny, get hungry, a pain in your heart, a frog in your throat, a headache. Everything you know is to reverse your truth. Listen, you get freaked out and your scalp will tighten up. You're supposed to be barefoot walking on dry, non-conductive soil every day for at least 45 minutes. And you don't do this. You have two chakras below you, too. That's the soles of your feet. And then you have three above you, they say, which would be the halo above your head and the two angel wings that you would have. But you can't see them, but they're there. Everything you know is a lie, people. You're an interdimensional being, and you've been trapped in this material world through harmonics. And this is not, you make it a material, it's all a hologram, but you believe everything so deeply, and they're able to extract so much energy from you because it's all day long. You're feeding all your energy to the black hole sun. Your kids are at school. When they graduate, they're going to put a cube on their head. You're at work using Satan's paper money. It's the sine wave. Look, you're trapped in sine, not sin. Look, this is the sine wave. That's your money. Time is money. Everything you know is a lie. All the energy comes from the sun. You turn that energy and you give it directly to Saturn. You're doing it right now. It's like we're all doing it. Money, it has to go, and so does time. This is the time cube. You're trapped in time. You've been hexed. So this hexagram, you see it on the Israeli flag. It's true. It's right in the center of the Star of David. This is crazy, people. You've been fucking hexed. Hexed. Connect every line to every other line. If viewed from the right perspective, you see the hexagram. That's what your God did to you. Now take a look at this. Your church is going door to door, pushing these with cubes on the back. And it says over here, a one world government. You see this? This is your church knocking on doors every weekend. Why do we need one? Is it possible? Who's qualified to rule? Look at this. Earth's new ruler. Who really qualifies? This doesn't say leader. It says ruler. And you see this. This is God's kingdom, they say over here. And Bible study. You see this stuff? This is just crazy. And they have the baby Jesus in there and everything. Listen, people. Everything you know is a lie. You are fed the reverse of truth in all things. Doctors destroy health. Your education system indoctrinates you. I mean, it's fucking crazy. Oh, your food is killing you. You see, I could drag your food across water using only a magnet. And you see my videos, I have to grow my own garden and grow food and try and teach people. It's just fucking crazy. Nobody sees this, but everybody has been worshiping Satan. You breathe Satan's chemical air. You drink Satan's poison water. You take Satan's poison vaccines. You speak black magic spells over use of telepathy. Now, language is what the computer speaks. Language. Language is a virus that reduced your brain down to 10% capacity. You're speaking language. You're supposed to be on telepathy. Because the computer can't do telepathy, so the computer has to give you a language. You're trapped in a machine. You get programmed by your TV. You're a fucking program on the Matrix, and you can't see it. You get programmed at school, indoctrinated. You watch your TV programs, and you're being programmed all fucking day by everything, and you can't see it. You need to see the movie They Live. That shit is real. You have a reptilian core to your brain. It's responsible for fight or flight. You are a slave class reptilian. You are the food class. Okay? You're supposed to have blue blood. You're supposed to have a high copper content in your blood. You've been weighed down with these heavy metals. See my videos where we're dragging your food across water using only a neodymium magnet? Listen, people, they rub it in your face. See the red and the blue? That's the sine wave. Okay? It's on all your products. It's all your... Look, man, you've been worshiping the wrong flag. You're supposed to be worshiping the civil flag. Okay, when you go to school, pledging allegiance. This is fucking crazy. Your kids are pledging allegiance to the military flag. Try and picture this. Wartime, there's two ships. One's a civilian ship, one's a military ship. One's flying the civilian flag that says, we're unarmed, we're civilians, women and children, do not blow us up. And the other flag, the military flag, they would know that that's the warship. There's a civilian flag and a military flag. And listen, people, everything you know is a lie. I'm telling you, if you think Whole Foods is not selling you GMOs, you're out of your freaking mind. Okay? They say organic, they don't say non-GMO, and organic means that you grow it organically, but organic, and it's just fucking crazy, people. You have no idea how far behind on reality you are. They rub it in your face. The black hole sun and time. This is from your Domino's pizza. This is funny. This is really funny. I mean, I see it because I know what I'm looking. I know what the symbols are. I can read the matrix code. You can't yet, but you'll see the cube, the ring, and the eye is on everything. Your wedding ring makes you satanic. You'll see the hexagrams on everything. Everything related to money or whatever. You'll see it. Your kids' toys. It's Cartoon Network. It's every toy that they touch, whether it's Lego cubes, Thomas the Train cubes, Minecraft cubes. It's cube to cube to cube all day. And your kids, they look like zombies to their cubes all day. You have to rip it away from them. It's freaking insane. Silly human slaves. Your God has hexed you. God is absolutely Saturn, the L. You've been trapped in time. This is how God did it. I recommend you update yourself on sacred geometry and legalese. And listen, you breathe Satan's chemical air. You drink his fluoridated water. You take his poison vaccines. You take... it's horrible, people. You have so many viruses. You have gold fever virus. You let people die over this worthless paper backed by your own stupidity. You have God virus. You place the power of God outside of you. You have, when you're the one doing all the creating here with me, all right, you have 50 trillion cells. Those are prison cells. Your chakra system is clearly a prism system. It's just drawing your energy from your star at your heart. Okay, you have time and space virus. Everything's an illusion. It's a two-dimensional flatland reality, and you think the earth is round. You know what a hologram is? Holograms are flat. You're trapped in a... If you look at how they make holograms, you'll see that it's pretty simple to put it all together. You're in the matrix. You're taking your energy from one sun and you're feeding it to the other sun. And listen, look up vampire therapy. You'll see that the blood of your children reverses aging. Your children are the forbidden fruit. And you know the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You're the apple of my eye. And you know that it's the family tree. Everything you know is a lie, people. You've been fed the reverse of truth in all things. You have vampire virus. You're supposed to be a sun gazer superhuman. And if you're not going to do that, at least you could try and grow your own food. If you didn't grow it or kill it, you shouldn't be eating it. I'm telling you flat out. You got to do a garden or something. And look, you speak magic spells over use of telepathy. You tell your kids, say the magic word, and you know, reverse speech is always truthful. If I take any audio and I reverse it, any lie that was spoken would be exposed. Look up David John Oates reverse speech and see my videos on it. Everything you know is a lie, people. You have language virus to reduce your brain down to 10%. You're supposed to be on telepathy, but you're in the matrix and the computer speak language. Everybody fucking knows that. Okay? Your language, all right, is a virus. You're supposed to be a telepathy. You're not supposed to be in this physical form right here. It's all mental. You're really a hologram right now, and you really believe all these things, and we need to snap everybody out of the illusion. You're 100% cube satanic, and so are your children. And your God is Satan 100 fucking %. Snap out of your illusion. Get to my channel for truth immediately.